Hey guys, welcome back. It's Tomby, and I have a lot of plant updates to show you guys, but I just wanted to say if you guys are following me for pottery and pottery related things, I was taking a short break from doing pottery because I usually do it out of my garage, but it's been really hot here in LA and it's finally starting to cool down. I just started a bunch of new projects there, so if you're interested in seeing those, then please subscribe so you don't miss any of that. So a lot of things have changed since the last time that I showed you guys my plants. I received a ton of cuttings from Facebook. I'm part of a Facebook group that is like a plant swap group I joined early on in the pandemic, and it has been such a blessing to have that Facebook group because I used to use it to get rid of some of my plants. I gave away some cuttings, and people were so kind and generous when I told them about my story, and so I received way more than what I asked for. Bags and bags full of cuttings like pothos, philodendron, inch plant. I got so much stuff. And then on top of that, a friend of mine mailed me cuttings from their personal plant collection. And they gave me so many plants too, and in varieties that I've never had before. So I'm so thankful for my friends and my community for helping me start to rebuild my plant collection, because I pretty much haven't spent any money on plants besides the ones that I showed you guys in the last video. I did, however, buy a really nice shelf so that I could put it in front of my window and put all my plants there, so I'm excited to show you guys the shelf. I tried to record myself building the shelf, but it was kind of hard to get it in frame, and I also don't even know if that was really that interesting. But yeah, let me know if in the future you'd rather see me build the furniture. Yeah, let me show you guys what I have going on here. Okay. So like I was saying, I pretty much haven't spent any money on the actual plants. I did, however, buy this shelf, and I'm in love with the shelf. It comes on wheels, so I can move it so that I can show you guys in the light, because usually it's just facing the window directly. But yeah, since the last time, here is the string of hearts that I showed before, and it actually has gotten a bit longer, I think. It's already growing more, so I think that's going pretty well. I don't think there's been any change with this Heartleaf philodendron lemon lime yet, but this one hasn't been getting as much sun as the other plants. I received maybe like 9 or 10 spider plant babies from someone on Facebook. Obviously, I don't think I'm gonna need this many spider plants, so I might give them away once they're grown a little bit more, but I'm really happy to see how these will grow. I also received this Pilea peperomioides. I think that's how you pronounce it. So here is what it looks like. It's a Chinese money plant. I think this plant is really cute. I'm excited to see how this will grow. I've never had one of these before. And then sitting in water, I have a couple cuttings of a Cebu blue pothos, which is this kind of silvery gray cutting. And I've also never had this plant before. It hasn't rooted yet, so that's why it's sitting in water. I guess that's not why it's sitting in water, but I have some plants in the prop box and some plants sitting in water. I didn't really think about why I put one plant in one place versus the other. Up here, a bunch of pothos. So many pothos, different kinds of pothos. There's like golden pothos in there. Pothos, not my favorite plant visually, but it's nice when it gets really full. So we'll see how those grow. And then another plant that I have never had before, which is a Monstera adansonii. This came from my friend. Yeah, I'm really excited because I've only ever had Monstera deliciosa before. And then I also have this Scindapsus silver pothos, which is not actually a pothos, but yeah, pretty standard houseplant. And I received this as a very long cutting, so I cut all the nodes apart and kind of stuck them out of this pot. So hopefully it will be really nice and bushy soon. And in that same vein, I also received a couple long strands of pothos and philodendrons. I think they're philodendron micans. So I have this entire thing, so many nodes. So I think some of them are dying, but some of them are gonna survive, and you know, it's kind of a luck thing, but most of it is looking pretty good. So hopefully all of these will become really bushy soon as well. So this is pretty much all the cuttings that I received since last time, and it is a lot of cuttings, and again, I'm so grateful for it because You know, that would have cost me a lot of money to get, and I can't wait for them to grow so that I can give back some of the plants back to the Facebook group and to my friends as well. There are actually more plants sitting in the prop box, but at this time I'm not going to open them because I want to repot some of them. You know what? I'm going to show you guys, okay? It's fine. Okay, I also did receive this terrarium from someone, which is like a closed terrarium. I've never had a terrarium before, but she was insistent on giving it to me. It also had some peperomia in there that I thought were really interesting, so I took cuttings of the peperomia and I'm propping them in the prop box right now. So there's a lot going on in here. Some new plants that I received were more philodendron micans cuttings. I received this inch plant, these begonia maculata, the angel wing begonia, and unfortunately that epipremnum orchid that I thought I had last time that might sprout, that rotted, so I had to toss that. A bunch of these are already growing roots. This is one of the fastest growing plants, and I always really liked how they look. And you can see it kind of uprighted itself because initially I had laid it down on the bed of moss. It already has roots and it's already reaching towards the sky, so that's pretty cool. In the smaller box, I received this plant, which I'm assuming is Creeping Charlie, or that's what the person who gave it to me called it. I can't find the actual plant for this, and I'm not sure what the actual plant is. But here's another inch plant, a white and green one, and I love how this one looks. It already has very long roots. So tomorrow we're going to repot some of the cuttings that have already developed roots. And then here is the peperomia that was inside of the terrarium. And yeah, this is pretty much everything that I have right now. And of course that is like a lot of plants. Oh, actually, I forgot. I also received this philodendron pink princess cutting, single leaf node. Yeah, so the philodendron pink princess was actually a plant, if you guys remember in the pandemic, it kind of caused a huge craze and everyone wanted this plant. And it was like a $200 plant. But I think since then the price has come down a lot and I never was able to get my hands on one, so I'm excited for this one to grow. So that's pretty much all of the new cuttings that I have right now. I'm just waiting on a few more nursery pots that I ordered to come in so that I can repot some of those cuttings that have already rooted. I'm gonna wait for that today and then we'll come back tomorrow and repot some plants. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, welcome back you guys. It's the next day. Not only did I receive the plant pots that I was waiting for, I also received some grow lights, which is perfect because it's actually not that bright outside today. It's pretty overcast, and it actually, on the video, it seems to look like it is really bright. It looks like vaguely natural, I would say, in terms of at least the color of the light. I'm really happy with these lights that I bought. They're pretty yellow, which is easier on the eyes, and does a good job of showing the plants in a relatively natural light. So yeah, let me just show you what it looks like with these turned off because it's pretty dark outside today. Oh, I guess it doesn't look so bad. Anyways, that's the grow light. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the cuttings that have already rooted and pot them. Let's start out with this little container first. So this Creeping Charlie, I have a sense that it probably has rooted. And yep, it has root here and here. This could probably honestly just go into the soil now because it seems like it's a pretty robust plant. Yeah, I'll go ahead and plant this if this second cutting is also rooted. So this second cutting has roots, but not quite as many. You can see they're right here and right here. It's still growing, so maybe I'll leave these both in until that's ready. Let's check this Tradescantia because these are known to be very vigorous growers, and so it's probably likely that these have some significant roots going on already. And yeah, I can already tell, just if we delicately remove the moss, you can see how many roots have already grown. Now this root is probably like 1.5 inches here, and these are a few centimeters, so I think this is ready to go into some dirt. I have another 2 cuttings of this, I believe. Here's one. And this has a pretty good rooting as well. This needs more time. This also needs more time. This too. But yeah, that's it for this box. And there's a lot going on in here. Let's start off again with the Tradescantia because I know these root very easily. This one has a relatively long root just coming out of the side here. And you can kind of see it on the background of the moss. So we'll go ahead and plant this. This plant also has roots coming out of both nodes that were under the moss. All right, time for some of the other plants now. These haven't been in the box for so long, so I'm not sure if these will have rooted yet. I'm not seeing anything so far, so I'll go ahead and place this back under. This philodendron, also not yet rooted. This one, it has the beginnings of a root, but it's not quite ready to be planted yet, I would say. And maybe this moss is too dry. I might need to rehydrate this. Okay, this seems promising. This philodendron micans has a couple roots here. Yeah, let's go ahead and plant this. And check the other. All right, this one's looking really good actually. It has two very healthy looking roots. And then I just have a bunch of, leafless nodes stuck around in here. See if any of them have rooted. Nope. Okay, it seems like the majority of this bucket actually needs more time and more moisture just based on me feeling the moss right now. It doesn't feel all that damp, and it could actually possibly be because of this tray. I'm gonna go ahead and rehydrate this off camera because it might be a little bit annoying, but as soon as I get back, we'll come and plant these few plants. All right, let's get our little plantsies here. And then I have my potting soil over here. And here are the clear plastic planters that I ordered. Again, the reason why I bought them is because I thought that it would be really cool if you could see the roots growing. So I ended up using all of the small clear plastic planters that I had from last time, but I have a lot more cuttings that I wanted to plant, so I ended up ordering some more. But yeah, let's go ahead and pot these up. I'll just go ahead and plant these two together. This is not an ideal setup for doing this, but it's fine. This should be good. All right, and here is our Tradescantia zebrina, which is this purple and green variation of this plant. And we'll just set it on the side. And then let's pot up the green and white version of this plant. So I think I should probably get rid of some of these leaves on the bottom since the roots are going up above them and I'm gonna wanna cover the roots. And I'll just cut off these bottom two leaves. All right, into the soil this one goes. And then this one will lay right here. I'm really excited for this plant. I actually had one of these that also died, and it was a really full, very beautiful version of this that I bought at a nursery when I went to go visit my brother. So I'm excited to have another one of these. I think they're so pretty. And the last pot that we're going to do is our philodendron micans. And look how healthy these leaves look. They look so nice, so velvety, really very pretty. And they feel velvety too. And ta-da, it's perfect. Perfect. I'm so excited for these three plants. I think they're gonna look really good, and I'm confident that they're gonna make it because it's all about positivity. So here are the three plants we just potted: philodendron micans, the Tradescantia green and white variegation plant, and then the Tradescantia zebrina, which I think is typically the usual variety of this plant. So I guess that's everything for right now. Hi again, you guys. I thought that that was going to be the end of the video, but I'm back again today because I have some more updates since the last time I filmed that. a lot more updates actually. So first of all, in addition to a lot of the cuttings that I received, I also bought a couple new plants. I gave myself a budget so that I wouldn't exceed $20 on 2 separate occasions, and I stayed within budget. So let me show you a couple of the new plants that I got, and also some updates on some existing plants that are really cool and I'm so excited to show you. This first plant is a plant that I've been wanting for a really long time, and you may think that it is a pilea, but it's actually not a pilea. This is a nasturtium, and usually these are grown outside in gardens, but I think they have a really beautiful leaf shape and they put out a really beautiful flower. And the other really cool thing about this plant is that they are edible and you can eat these leaves in a salad. So far, I have been really liking how this plant is growing. The leaves just feel really graphic in a way, and I think it's so beautiful. I will say that the one issue that I am currently dealing with on this plant is that it has aphids. Aphids are notoriously attracted to nasturtiums, but I have been washing them off whenever I see them, and I am using an insecticidal soap to control them. But other than that, I'm really happy with this plant. It's so beautiful, and I can't wait to see how it grows. So one other plant that I ended up buying was a Fittonia. I've never had a nerve plant before, but I think the veins are super cool, and I love how dramatic it is when it needs to be watered, and it is just so cute. I can't wait for this to grow a lot larger. The second plant that I bought is a plant from Trader Joe's, and you may recognize that it is an orchid. And this singular orchid has suddenly made me obsessed with orchids. I am browsing the Reddit about orchids. I'm learning about the Orchid Society of Southern California. I am obsessed. It is so pretty. I think the blooms are incredible, and I think this is my new personality now. I can't wait to acquire more orchids. I think they're so cool, and honestly, they don't seem that difficult to take care of, but maybe I'm wrong. I have a good feeling about this though. I have this slotted plant pot for ventilation, and it's clear so that you can see the roots. You guys know I'm already a big fan of clear plant pots because I think it's really cool to see the roots. This is a Phalaenopsis orchid, which is a moth orchid, and this is the most common kind of orchid that is probably sold in stores. You can find them at grocery stores, Trader Joe's, Home Depot, stuff like that. And through my research on the subreddits and on the Orchid Society website, I started getting really deep into looking at very specific orchids and just like very interestingly shaped orchids. And I just had a craving to go out and buy them. And today I just happened to stop by Home Depot and Ralph's, and I was disappointed by the selection, but not surprised. Couldn't stop thinking about it, so I called Trader Joe's, asked them if they had any of the exotic orchids, which are the non-Phalaenopsis orchids, and they did. I pretty much immediately drove over to Trader Joe's to take a look at what they had, and they had some really cool orchids there. They had all sorts of orchids that I just didn't even know existed, and it's crazy that they sell them at Trader Joe's. One caught my eye, and I had to buy it. This is an Oncidium. I'm not sure exactly what species of Oncidium this is, but it is so beautiful. I thought the colors would be beautiful. I love the spots, and the frilliness on the edges is just insane. It's so crazy, and it also smells really good. It smells floral, kind of perfumey, and it's just beyond gorgeous, and I can't wait to take care of this. Again, I have this repotted in a clear pot, and with lots of ventilation, I think it's gonna do well here, especially with my south-facing window. So those are the 3 new plants that I acquired. And on top of that, I wanna show you guys some of the updates on the existing plants that you guys might have already seen in my last video. So in the last video, I repotted my Peperomia obtusifolia, and I mentioned that I wasn't sure that you were gonna be able to see the roots or the root systems through the clear pot because generally they're pretty shallow. But that's not true. I can see so many roots in this pot, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to see this too. But you can see they're kind of almost like fireworks exploding out of the soil, and I think it's so cool to be able to see that. And this might need watering soon. I think it's pretty insane that you can see how much the roots have developed since I repotted this plant. The roots were pretty much non-existent when I repotted it, and now they're already, thriving. And this plant, generally, it looks pretty good, including the leaf cuttings. The leaf cuttings all have roots as well, which is really crazy because I've never tried making a leaf cutting before. But this is obviously a huge success, and it's super cool to be watching this grow in real time. And here is another update on another plant that I'm very excited for. It is the cuttings of my philodendron micans. I stuck a couple other cuttings in here, and they're doing generally pretty well. The root systems are developing, although you can't really see them yet. But for the most part, this seems to be doing really well, and I can't wait until this is big and bushy. And of course, I'd love to talk about my inch plant. It's of course growing like a weed, which it pretty much is. And these grow so fast. I stuck these in not very long ago, and they're already putting out new leaves. And soon, I'm sure we'll be able to see the root systems. Actually, you can see a little bit of the root system here. I don't know if it will be able to capture it with the glare, but the roots are already starting to appear on the outside of the pot, which is of course amazing. I think it's beyond interesting and just very cool. I took the philodendron lemon lime that was 50% off and I repotted it into a clear pot, and it's already looking so much better. The leaves were very limp at first, but now they're looking a lot better. Honestly, the plant has a lot more structure now. I'm not sure why this plant was 50% off. I guess I should be maybe slightly concerned about that, but for now it looks amazing, and I'm sure this is gonna grow really quickly with the southern facing light. So that's pretty much all of the updates that I have right now, and this orchid is my absolute favorite thing that I bought in the past couple weeks. This is my new baby. I'm gonna treasure this forever, which are, I guess, maybe famous last words, but keep your fingers crossed. I'm sure that I can keep this alive. But I also wanted to mention that I made a Spotify playlist that is filled with songs that I think are nice to take care of plants to. It's got bossa nova and just like general chill vibes. Definitely check it out. One of my favorite things to do is make playlists and share them with friends. So if you guys are interested in listening, I would love to know what you think of my playlist. And let me know if you guys like that kind of stuff so I can share more of them. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was relaxing for you. I find a lot of joy talking about my plants and sharing my journey with plants, and I just want to keep sharing it with you guys. And a few people have already reached out to me to say that they've had similar experiences with plant care and depression, and I just want to say that you guys are not alone, and the plant community is one of the kindest and most caring communities that I have ever been a part of, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, or if you want to see content about pottery or DIY, then hit the subscribe button because I have a lot of that content coming too. Be sure to leave a comment down below if you're interested in seeing anything specific, but I really appreciate you guys, and that's pretty much it, so I'll catch you next time. Bye! This is a Phalaenopsis orchid. This is a Phalaenopsis. This is a Phalaenopsis. This is a Phalaenopsis orchid.